What's up, Shackles gang? This is Jalil Shackles, your advice guru. Happy Sunday. I hope all of you that are watching this video are feeling welcome, come in, feel great. I usually do YouTube videos Monday through Thursday, but this is really on my mind, so I was like, why not express it to people? And today's video is the mistakes that people make before they get into a relationship. Because I see a lot of the times that people will invest their time into a person and then not realize that they were making this mistake from the very beginning. But since they got so far into the relationship, they don't want to lose it because of a time period, and they're now emotionally and financially invested and really don't want to end things out and pray and hope that things work out, even though the relationship may not be for you. And I'm not saying that there are people that no relationship is for. I'm more so saying that there are relationships that you could be in, but maybe the person is not right for you. So what are some of the mistakes that people make? The first mistake is being in love with being in love and not necessarily the person. When you're in love with being in love, you already have it fixated in your mind what your wedding is going to be like, what the house is going to look like, the person that you're going to look like, what they're going to dress like. Essentially, you're going to be controlling that person. And see, the thing about guys is that they don't like to be controlled. They like to be more so in charge because it's more of a protector-provider kind of thing. You want a guy that can protect and provide. You can't be on this plane where you're both bashing heads because you both want to be in charge. And that's not to say one has less value than the other. They just have different roles. And as a leader, you respect the people that are within your alliance. Think about when you go to the army or when you hear about the army. There's one sergeant, but then there's a bunch of soldiers. The soldiers come together with the sergeant to come up with an idea of how to eliminate the problem or how to fix the situation that they're talking about. And then they come to an agreement through compromise and then go ahead and assess that agenda. That's how it should be in a relationship. It should be complementing each other, not necessarily coming back on one another. Then it's like, if you're not in love with the person, but you're in love with being in love, you're going to accept so many freaking flaws that it's going to be ridiculous at the end of the day, because it's things that you shouldn't be accepting, and you should be standing up and saying, hey, no, you're not going to disrespect me in this way. This is how we run the relationship, and if you're not willing to do these certain things, then you got to bounce. The second thing is putting borders on yourself or putting boundaries on the relationship. Like, you hold it so close to your heart that you're like, oh no, we can't break up. You're gonna be with me. I don't care if you cheated on me. It's adultery. You need to leave that person because obviously they don't respect you enough in order to be specifically with you. They're not happy within themselves, and they're not happy being with you, unfortunately. And that's actually a personal issue. That's not your issue. So don't take it upon yourself to be like, oh yeah, you know, what could I have done better? What? It was going to happen anyway because their mindset was in a totally different direction. This is not something that you could change yourself in order to make this work. Because no matter how many times you change yourself, the inevitable will still happen. The third thing that people make the mistake of is trying to change a person. Whether it's a guy seeing a girl that's very promiscuous, going out to nightclubs, living her happy single life, and then trying to tie her down when her mindset is single, that's not the route to go. Because if you decide to do that, then essentially you're setting yourself up for failure because she's not following the same path. And if you're giving her all these trinkets and trying to change her into thinking like, oh yeah, you want to be in a relationship with me, she has to force her mindset to settle for you. You're not necessarily the chosen one. So when the one that she chooses comes around, that's who she's going after. If she goes after you with a single mindset, you're out of convenience. And you want to be the person that she actually chooses, and you want to be the one who chooses her. And you want to go into the same pathway to build a powerhouse, to be somebody that's going to be great. And if it's a girl changing a guy, it ends up being worse, because if you think you're going to change a guy, it's not going to change unless he wants to change himself. If they see the ultimate value that you possess, and not saying that you have to cook, clean, and do all these things to try to prove to him that these happen, he has to have the value initially. If you notice, even in the media, they were like, oh yeah, I did this, that, and the third for the guy, but yeah, he still cheated. It made no sense. Guys ain't nothing. In reality, there are guys that have morals and value, and that are God-fearing men. But you have to be able to assess each guy to see where they fit in your life, whether they're a friend, an acquaintance, somebody that you're never going to talk to again, or somebody that you want to be with. And if the person that you're talking to has no real intentions of being in a relationship, and they keep on saying, oh, we'll see where this goes, I call that a variable. And a variable is a letter that replaces a number for the meantime of substitution. So if he's just substituting for the meantime and impersonating this person that actually wants to be in a relationship because he wants to get into your pants, that's the variable part of it. So you'll be sleeping with this guy, giving him all these little things, and you'll be trying to show your worth and value, but he's not actually taking it in because he is still part of the variable, which is the equivalent of a girl with a single mindset. You both have to be wanting to be in a relationship and in an exclusive relationship, working to get to marriage so that you could value the marriage. And it's not just, oh yeah, this girl's going to reap all of my assets, or this guy's going to screw me over and I'm left with the kids. One or the other. Or even if the girl says, oh yeah, I'm out and you have to take care of the kids, and the guy technically doesn't file for child support because he's like, you know what, I'm going to take care of my kids and the mother doesn't have to be around and she can do whatever the hell she wants to do. You really have to take it into consideration and know that you cannot change a person unless they want to change themselves. Assess the person. Don't just go off of looks, and look at their personality as well. Like, looks do play a good role in it, whether they're taking care of themselves physically, financially, what's going on in their lives. Because sometimes when these dudes are looking lavish and everything, they're broke as hell because they're trying to maintain that lifestyle. At the same time, there may be dudes that kind of look okay, but they got money and they're investing. And you have to really know what you're looking for. Understand this, if you didn't get anything else from the video. Make sure that when you're looking for a guy, that you know that when you're looking for a guy that's going to be a protector, a guy that's going to upkeep a household, and raise the children properly, that you're not going to have all of his time. And I don't say that in a negative way. I say that he's going to be productive. He's going to be working. He's going to be helping you take care of the kids. Sometimes he'll help you in the different things around the house. That's what he should be doing. Showing his love and concern for a woman. So to sit here and think like, oh yeah, this other guy came around, he has more time for me. Think about it this way. If the guy has more time for you, that means that he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He has so much free time, he's willing to work at McDonald's the rest of his life, and then you have to pay for everything else. A real man is going to go out, work his ass off to make sure that everything's in order. And it's your responsibility to make a house into a home where you could come home to, relax. And then also you guys contribute, compromise depending on what kind of relationship you want. But don't think that you could just go and change somebody into what you believe that they should be. Or thinking that, oh, this guy's the perfect person that I've been imagining this whole life. Because then the devil will send somebody that looks exactly like that, but then screw up your life. You have to test those spirits. You have to assess the person to see if they meet your needs. And if not, let them go right away. Not saying that you don't have to be friends with them or acquaintance with them, but don't allow them into your personal life to where you create a relationship, because essentially that's not what you want. You want somebody that could take care of whatever's being met, whatever agreement you guys have financially, whether it's 50-50 or he pays all the bills and he takes care of the home, you take care of the home, or anything like that. You want a person that actually complements, not somebody that's trying to compete with you for a position or role. So this is your little Shackles. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day. Deuces.